Welcome back, everyone. It's a Tier 8 game on Lakeville, and I am driving the British Tier 8 medium tank, the Centurion Mk. After many hilarious games played in both the Cromwell and the Comet, which I'm keeping both up because funny, I decided to continue my progress up the British medium tank line, and I picked up this absolutely lovely tank right here. The Centurion's not as nimble as her two lower tier predecessor, but she gets a very nice, fairly quick aiming medium tank gun. 20 pounder. And while it's not the fastest medium tank, it does get some very trollish squirt armor. And I just kind of like it. I mean, it's just a nice, reliable medium. Doesn't do it. Not particularly flashy. It's not like its swifter Russian or American counterparts, the ability to do sweeping flanking maneuvers and things like that. It's more of a steady, stately beast. Result, and also that can be a disadvantage at times, but there are also times when it's a great advantage. For example, way better at shooting on the move than most other mediums of the tier. Not that you're going to see a lot of that in this particular match. So here we are doing some typical medium tank tricks in the middle. T-43 is being way braver than I am. Fortunately, most of my team has decided to go down the valley, so I'm sitting here kind of going, this doesn't look too good. I really was hoping that we'd see more tanks moving into the moving across the middle, but because of that Bulldog, well, he covered the rest of his team's advance with his life. So I'm just looking for targets like this Panther 2. And pulling back into cover in between shots, just on the off chance I got spotted. But as you can see, so far, no one's been able to get view range on me except for that Bulldog. Oh, it's that OI.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
Jeepers crow. It's Japanese heavies. There we go. That was a smarter shot. But a much more important target is that T-34-3. Unfortunately, he keeps not showing up where I have a shot. So we're just going to be patient a little bit. We figure out no one can see us here, so we're just going to sit here and shoot a little bit. Looking for more angles on these guys. 34-3 finally comes out. And I go, oh, hey, target for hitting.
Penetration.
That's a 20-pounder gun, which made me so frustrated on the Charioteer. It's actually quite nice on the Centurion. Also because you can actually take risks if you come out long enough to take a shot. Because you have more hit points and actual armor. Oh, putting out his misery. Hit the tank wreck. Oh, the Yag Panther moving up over there. So at this point, although the scores are even 5-5, I'm really feeling like the enemy team is gaining a pretty big advantage here. And they're about to take out our ISU. Our guys in the valley are still fighting their way through. And so I say to myself, okay, the moment we're going to be doing base defense, let's, we got Yag Panther who's trying to flank us, so let's turn around, get out of here before it gets too difficult to get out. Fortunately, I made this move a little bit too late. Here we are being lit. I think we're actually being lit by the Yag Panther bias who just shot us in the butt. Zoom down here, I'm trying desperately just to get away at this point. I think I'm safe. Nope. Not really. Alright, well, I'm not staying here to be shot, so I'll use my repair kit and race for a position where I can abuse the Centurion's best asset, which is the well-armored turret front. Yeah, let the T-43 die. Yeah, well, the T-43 is not much of a help in the fight that we're about to have right here. So here I am, covering our base. Now I'm thinking, alright, my success level here entirely depends on how many enemy tanks come up here and how much health they have. If it's more than, say, 2 or 3, probably screwed. But, you know, I could be lucky. Centurion, hull down, pretty tough tank. When it's hull down, the gun's quite reliable. There's nothing here that I look at and go, oh, I can't pen that. And besides, my team is now on the base, so at least part of the enemy team is going back. My great fear is that the entire enemy team is going back, and they're all going to die while I'm just sitting here staring out over my base. But, oh, I just saw a tree fall, so I take careful aim. There he is. Nice big hit out of the Yag Panther. Come forward to shoot again, and an Indian Panther comes charging. This Indian Panther knows what's up. He knows he can't let me stay here, so he is running in for all he's worth. Not even bothering to shoot my turret. Doesn't shoot me until he gets a good shot. Of course, not time to do that. Yeah, shot him 3 times, take him out. Cool, alright. Well, no, he's dead. We'll go up to the Yak Panther. Make that the OI. Let's just decide who's going to try and turret me in the face. There we go. Put him out of the game at last. Now just the Yak Panther, because it looks like the rest of the enemy team, has fallen back to defend their base. I'm going to sit here and just carefully work over the Yak Panther, because his armor is not very good. Part of me's actually thinking I should load an HE shell here, but the other part of me's like, I got plenty of ammo. Not gonna matter. Not either way. Sweet. Alright. Base defended. Rest enemy team has fallen back, and we've gotten the scores back to even. Heck, now we're actually up by a tank. Okay, we're back to even again. I gotta get my gun into play, because 3 of my team's tanks are fighting 4 of theirs right now, and I must find an angle where we can fight. Oh, now we're back up by a tank again. It's just being really interesting fight. That Carnarvon right there, I know, is what's causing my team's problems. He's definitely in a hold-down position. Yeah, he's still taking damage, but I think that's people smacking him with HE rounds, because it's not being a lot. Ooh, that was a much better hit. Probably the prototype. I am saying to myself, I think I can get a shot into his side from right here. Yeah, just like that.
Critical hit.
Okay, so the tracks ate that one. Fine, I'll just raise my aim just a tiny bit. And the next one should do damage.
We didn't even scratch them.
Seriously, RNG? Alright. Well, he's moved out of range, so the Jumbo's about to drive there, so put a shot in. No result. Obvious, so... Uh-oh. There goes the prototype. Alright, we're now 2 on 3. My OI is low on health. I've got to get in there. I've got to try and give him some cover. There's the Carnarvon. Low on health. OI blows him away. See the mutts.
That one bounced.
You've got to be kidding me. Alright, RNG, you've had your laugh. Give me back my gun. Alright, I wasn't spotted right there, so I'm going to move up. I thought I was going to spot them as they crossed there, but nope. Crap, my OI is really in trouble now. Well, alright. Come rushing down here. There goes my OI. Intent of trying to catch that mutts, but remember, one of the biggest advantages is that it's not very fast. He's able to get across there without me getting the shot, and even worse, he spots me. I said to myself, well, they know I'm here now. I bet they'll turn and try and fight me again. There's a nice little ridge right here where Centurion can use its turret. Hello, Jumbo. Alright, he's using the howitzer. That stung a bit, but he's now 1 shot. I think it'll take me either 2 or 3 shots to kill the mutts. So he is probably back there somewhere. Let's just cautiously poke around. And oh, there he is. Good spot, Mr. Mutts. Yeah, that's what I thought might happen. Alright, well, just back away. Misses. How am I going to handle this problem, though? Because there's 2 of them and 1 of me. Basically, each time I take a shot, at least one of them's going to get a free shot at me. Alright, well, I don't want to bounce off the mutts anymore, so even though he's not supremely well armored, the funny round angling means I need to up my game a bit. More penetration, please. APCR for the win. Oh, hello, Jumbo. I think I look like I'm thinking of going after him in the backup, and oh, the mutts is shooting high explosive rounds, is he? Very sensible. Against a hold down set. Too bad. Jumbo's not being that sensible. Okay, now it's just a one-on-one. And that, the Centurion is well suited for.
Penetration.
Yeah, now he just takes 1 more shot. I got the hit points. He's still probably throwing high explosive. Maybe he doesn't, though. Maybe a miracle for it to save him now. Of course, it helps if I aim a bit, doesn't it? Oh, okay. You can hold still. I'll take my HE hit to take you out. Let's take a look at the post-game stats of that match. So, here is the post-game stats for that match you just watched. Yeah, this was, might say, just a bit of a nice match right there. My first mastery badge in the Centurion. Gave myself a whole bunch of the minor shinies, plus a defender medal for standing off 3 enemy tanks when they were trying to cap. That Yak Panther was nice enough to pick up just enough capture points for me to gain the medal. Didn't do a lot of spotting in this one because that wasn't really the position I was in for most of the match. I was mostly just positioned to shoot things and shoot things some more. Got a nice little list of kills there. Hey, got the M3 light rental, which means I should be able to re-rent my M41, which was what I do shortly after this match. Because, you know, hilarity. The new Bulldog. You'll be seeing a video about with the Bulldog in it a little bit later. So, really don't know what to say exceptional about this one, but if we take a look at the next screen, we'll see that match was very much being lugged around on the backs of some giants here. Our OI Experimental Tier 6 tank, very strong tank for its tier, managed 1,484 damage. I think he was using the derp gun. So that's actually pretty impressive. Prototype 3,000 damage was definitely the guy doing most of the damage in the standoff, along with the Super Pershing. They did a really good job of standing off at the enemy base, pulling them away while I was busy dealing with the people who were coming up to cap. I wish I'd been able to get down there in time to help them out more, but Centurion, not precisely the swiftest tank in the game. The T-43 should be commended for a 1,200 damage in that tank, plus also being willing to go in the middle and do some spotting with his tank. Very, very good stuff. Other team, that Carnarvon had a monster of a game. T-43 had an excellent game. That Butts I took on at the very end, he was having a great game. Even the M6 being way out of tier had a pretty nice name with 1,000 damage. Jumbo, he's got 2 kills, but driving around that little derp gun against a bunch of tier 8s, it was going to be tricky for him ever to get a good damage total. But still, I commend him for at least being willing to come forward and try and fight and spot. He should have been a little more careful. He should have just spotted and let the Indian Panzer abuse me. But he will learn such things with experience, I am sure. So finally, personal stats: 30 shots fired, 22 hits, 17 pens. Pretty good overall, though. I could have done a little better. There were times there I was popping shots without bothering to aim first because, well, Centurion, I generally feel like you can shoot on the move with halfway decent level of success in that particular one. It's actually amazing how close that battle was, considering that apparently it was a 74% chance to win. I just noticed that XVM said, oh yeah, you got a 74% chance to win that match. And it literally came down to my tank versus 2 enemy tanks. That's not typical for a 74%er. Despite firing several premium rounds, still managed to come away with a small profit. Thank you, premium account. And I got a grand total of 3,706 XP and 184 free XP, which is a nice, happy number to have going into both my advancement towards the Cent 7-1, which I'm really looking forward to because it gets the L7A1 gun that I'm loving so much on the Charioteer, only on a medium tank. So we'll see how that works out. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed watching this match. Good game, and good night.